Does the thought of using social media to promote your business create a knot in the pit of your stomach? One that's made up of dread and anxiety? There's the wasted minutes or even hours of mindless scrolling. To be honest, social media doesn't just drain your time, it drains your confidence, it drains your self-worth. And because they think they have to, so many entrepreneurs battle with feelings of inadequacy while trying to promote their businesses on social media platforms. In fact, the most engagement I've ever received from my email list happened when I sent an email about this very topic. You're not alone. People everywhere are getting caught in the endless cycle of comparison, jealousy, and distraction. But I'm here to ask, is it really necessary for your online business? The truth is, one of the best decisions I've ever made was quitting social media. This simple change in my life supercharged my productivity, eliminated the dreaded comparison trap, and doubled my revenue. And I want that same kind of success for you. I want to free you from the heaviness that comes with social media. So if you're waiting for permission to just let go, here it is. I'm Moriah, the founder and creative director of Moriah Riona Branding, where we're passionate about empowering female coaches and consultants with luxury branding so they can charge what they're worth. On this channel, I share everything I know about building your brand, your online authority, and your audience so you can start positioning yourself as a leader in your niche. If you want to learn how to start attracting high-paying clients so you can cultivate a beautiful business and life, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. In this video, I'm sharing the ups and downs of my relationship with social media as an entrepreneur and why I'll never go back. The myth about social media for online businesses. As an entrepreneur in the digital space, I'm sure you've heard some of the myths about social media. There's the myth saying that you have to be on Instagram in order to be successful, or Facebook, or TikTok, or Pinterest, or whatever. There's also the myth proclaiming that you have to post content nonstop if you want to be seen online. But can I be real? All of that is so exhausting. As a person who has a business to run, clients to serve, and a life to live, I find the social media chase to be incredibly draining, and quite frankly, none of it's necessary. Now, don't get me wrong, I bought into these myths wholeheartedly for a while. As a brand strategist, I've learned the ins and outs of social media marketing and how you can use it to grow your business. I know what goes into a successful campaign and how to grow and connect with your audience through strategic content creation. I've even created a whole course about it. But you really can find wild success while only committing to the bare minimum of social media strategy. I can say this with certainty because it's exactly what I've done. At the beginning of 2021, I started my social media cleanse. I completely did away with my Facebook account, and I deleted every single post from my Instagram account so I could slowly transition my feed to a portfolio of my design and branding work over time. I haven't had the Instagram app on my phone for over 2 years. This prevents me from getting sucked in and scrolling. I've structured my social media strategy so I can get in, get out, and get on with my life. And it turns out that closing my Facebook account and totally revamping how I was using Instagram has had a way more positive effect on my business than endlessly marketing on those platforms ever did. Why I needed a social media detox. I made these major changes in my business because of the truly negative impact social media was having on my life. I'm sure you can relate to some of these. I hate the comparison trap. The truth is, the constant chase didn't ever really inspire me. It only left me feeling behind. I found myself constantly lost in comparison and anxiety about needing to catch up to what everyone else was doing. Someone was always doing something bigger and better than I was, so I could never feel proud of my progress. I was comparing my very real life, full of real struggles, with other people's highlight reels. Not the healthiest thing to do, right? Are you guilty of this too? If so, remind yourself that social media isn't real life. In fact, go ahead and type "social media isn't real life" in the comments below. I don't want you to get sucked into the trap. I want you to give yourself grace and celebrate how far you've come in your business. You never get to see behind the scenes on someone else's feed. Chances are things aren't as spectacular as they seem. Want to know another reason I quit social media for good? I don't have time for constant distractions. As an entrepreneur with no one to hold you accountable but yourself, it's especially important to keep distractions in check. And with a portal to infinite distractions literally at our fingertips, time management can become a major struggle. I found that I simply don't have time for it. I have a business to manage, client work to focus on, a family to spend time with, and my own mental health to take care of. That's why I got really serious about maximizing my time and eliminating distractions a few years ago. You can hear all about it in my video, Work From Home Productivity Tips for Entrepreneurs. After analyzing my habits, I realized my biggest distraction was, you guessed it, social media. And it made me feel, well, really bad. I started noticing that after a session of mindless scrolling, my body actually felt terrible. Social media is so sneaky in that way. It seems like it can be a great avenue for inspiration, but really, it's just an energy drain. Hit the like button below if you agree. What happens is your body becomes addicted to the scroll and you find yourself endlessly searching for the dopamine hit. But the thing is, you'll never feel satisfied. In fact, a 2018 study observed a positive correlation between social media use and symptoms of depression. So next time you find yourself scrolling, take note of how you actually feel. Are you inspired, more connected, or does it make you feel worse than before? As I became aware of the real impact social media was having on my life and my business, I knew I had to do something about it, so I let it all go. I realized that my social media use and the accompanying anxiety was actually keeping me from my full entrepreneurial potential. And that's when I finally said, enough is enough. I found that I finally had room for all the incredible opportunities, clients, and projects that I'd been dreaming of. Think about it. All that time I spent scrolling, comparing, worrying, chasing, and dreading is now replaced with intentional focus on my own business and my business alone. I'm not spending time and energy trying to recreate the highlights of someone else's success. Without the urge to compare, my mind is free. It's free to cultivate the life that works for my business and works for me. Since my social media cleanse, my income has soared, and I've gotten to work with some incredible clients on some of my favorite branding and web design projects ever. And you know what? I did it all without the help of those platforms that I was so convinced I needed. So my question to you is this: is social media standing in the way of your success? If so, it might be time to make some changes so you can make space for bigger and better things in your life too. If this resonates with you, hit that like button down below. And I think you'll also love this video, Time Management and Productivity Tips for Ambitious Entrepreneurs. It's full of great tips to keep you focused and on track in your business. And for even more entrepreneurship inspiration, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel.